1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumaira Kamal. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says the government is providing subsidy and encouraging construction industry to help low-income people to have their own business. President says Pakistan is committed to continue protecting the rights of religious minorities in the country to promote interfaith harmony. Election Commission of Pakistan has decided to start delimitation of local bodies' constituencies in Balochistan, Sindh and Islamabad capital territory. Celebrations of 552nd birth anniversary of Baba Guru Nanak began in Nankana Sahib today. India announces to repeal agricultural reform laws that sparked a year of huge protests by farmers. Pakistan defeated Bangladesh by 4 wickets in the first T20 international at Dhaka today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says the government is providing subsidy and incentivizing construction industry to help low-income people to have their own houses. He was speaking at a ceremony during his visit to Naya Pakistan Housing Authority's project Farash Town Apartments in Islamabad today. Imran Khan said 35 billion rupees have been allocated for subsidy on construction of houses by the low-income people. He said that the government will provide 300,000 rupees subsidy on every house for the first 100,000 units. Regarding Farash Town Apartments, Prime Minister said of the total of 4,400 apartments, 2,000 each have been allocated for low-income people and middle-income people, and 400 apartments will be provided to slum. A review meeting of Ravi Urban Development Authority and Central Business District projects was held in Islamabad with Prime Minister in the chair. Addressing the meeting, Prime Minister said that these projects will promote modern, self-sustained, clean and green residential and business facilities in the country. Prime Minister said those projects are very crucial for attracting foreign direct investment in housing and construction sectors. He directed the authorities concerned to win over maximum investment for both the projects. President Dr. Arif Alvi has said Pakistan is committed to continue protecting the rights of religious minorities in the country to promote interfaith harmony. He said this in the virtual address at a conference titled Promoting Interfaith Understanding. The President urged the West to be mindful of the sentiments of the Muslims while pursuing the notion of freedom of expression to promote interfaith harmony. Dr. Arif Alvi said that the creation of hatred in the name of freedom of speech is something the West has to look upon to increase cooperation among Islam, Christianity, and other religions. He also pointed out that the dangerous precedent in the India of marginalizing minorities through legislation, including discrimination between Hindus and Muslims, thus leading to interfaith friction. The president regretted that the world over hatred is being encouraged to fulfill a particular political dialogue against other countries. Dr. Arif Alvi emphasized on bringing people together and stimulate their minds towards achieving the goals of interfaith harmony. He condemned using religion as a tool of terrorism and extremism to target other people. The Election Commission of Pakistan has decided to start a delimitation of local bodies' constituencies in Balochistan, Sindh and Islamabad capital territory. The delimitation process in Balochistan will commence from 6th of next month, which will be completed by 28th February of the next year. The delimitation process in Islamabad will begin from Thursday and complete by 3rd February next year. In Sindh, this process will start on 1st of the next month and end on 23rd February of the next year. The ECP will issue schedule of the local government elections in Sindh, Balochistan and ICT soon after the completion of delimitation of the constituencies. This is Radio Pakistan. Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Ali Muhammad Khan says the government is coordinating with the US authorities for repatriation of Saifullah Paracha and some other Pakistanis from Guantanamo Bay. Responding to a question during question hour in the Senate today, he said Prime Minister Imran Khan has always been raising voice for the people handed over to the US during the Afghan war. Responding to another question, he said that 7 new educational institutes will be constructed in Islamabad territory. He further said that 230 new classrooms will be built in 31 institutes of the capital. Ali Muhammad Khan said the federal government provided over 39 billion rupees to public sector universities in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa during the last 3 years. The House passed 4 bills today. These include the Higher Education Commission Amendment Bill 2021, the Higher Education Commission's Second Amendment Bill 2021, National Accountability Bureau Ordinance 1999 Amendment Bill 2021, and Journalists and Media Professionals Bill 2021. The House has been prorogued. The National Assembly today passed a motion allowing the use of the chamber of lower house for extraordinary session of the OIC Council of Foreign Ministers. The motion was moved by PTI leader Amir Dogar. Later, the chair prorogued the session. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain says the passage of protection to journalists and media professionals bill by Senate today is a manifestation of PTI government's commitment to media freedom. Felicitating journalists over the passage of the bill in a tweet today, he said that working journalists will now get such rights which are available to the journalists in developed world. The celebrations of 552nd birth anniversary of Baba Guru Nanak began in Nankana Sahib today. Thousands of Sikh pilgrims from India and other countries are participating in 10 days celebrations. The main ceremony of celebration was held at Gurdwara in Nankana Sahib today. In a tweet today, Imran Khan felicitated the Sikh community around the world on 552nd Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He said, "We welcome thousands of Sikhs to visit their religious sites in Pakistan." He reiterated government's commitment to continue facilitating them to perform their religious rituals. India has announced that it will scrap agricultural reform laws that sparked a year of huge protests by farmers. This was announced by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a televised address in New Delhi today. He said the farm laws were meant to strengthen the small farmers, but despite several attempts to explain the benefits to the farmers, we have failed. Thousands of farmers have been camped out on the borders of the capital, New Delhi, since November last year, handing Modi one of the biggest challenges since his Hindu nationalist government came to power in 2014. Officials of China and India have held talks through video link on border issue. This was confirmed by Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian while addressing a news conference in Beijing. He said 23rd meeting of the working discussed a mechanism for consultation and coordination on bilateral border affairs. The two sides will follow consensus spirit of two foreign ministers meeting in Dushanbe, continue to further ease the situation on the border area, and will try to turn the emergency response to regular management. Pakistan defeated Bangladesh by 4 wickets in the first T20 international at Dhaka today. Earlier batting first, Bangladesh scored 127 runs for the loss of 7 wickets. In reply, Pakistan achieved the target in 19.2 overs for the loss of 6 wickets. For Pakistan, Hassan Ali, who took 3 wickets, was declared player of the match. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, smog and fog is likely to prevail in plain areas of Punjab. To end the news, here are the headlines once again. Prime Minister says the government is providing subsidy and encouraging construction industry to help low-income people to have their own houses. President says Pakistan is committed to continue protecting the rights of religious minorities in the country to promote interfaith harmony. The Election Commission of Pakistan has decided to start delimitation of local bodies constituencies in Balochistan, Sindh and Islamabad capital territory. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News Official.